How important do you think building a personal brand is in 2024, 2025, and beyond to growing the business?
It's credibility, which is one of the most important things. It's authenticity, which is one of the most important things. It comes with a lot of heat and a lot of smoke, which I don't think many people are prepared for.
Okay, so there's without a doubt on my mind that Andrew Tate has to be one of the most entrepreneurial and visionary person on the internet, without a doubt, despite all this controversial stuff, and whether you guys agree with his opinions or not, essentially it doesn't really matter. In fact, I have actually reverse engineered his entire funnel and basically his engine and mechanics of success. Shout out to Simon Nguyen. You guys should check out his YouTube channel to actually check out all the types of funnels, but specifically I'm going to talk about Andrew Tate for this case, because as you guys can see, like, Andrew Tate has engineered his business model basically to perfection. As you guys can see, like, despite all his additional skills of being such a charismatic and PR person, he gets a lot of attention, and obviously the attention is funneled down or essentially converted into the landing pages, and these landing pages are eventually turned into sales. And these landing pages are, as you guys know, Hustlers University, and I am not going to break down specifically how much it cost and whether or not the course is good. The point is, the entire mechanics of his entire business model is an absolute magnificence. And so if you guys study other people's funnels as well that are, you know, quite successful to some degree, for example Iman Ghazi, who makes more than $1 million, I assume this is just a speculation, a month, then you guys can see that a lot of these funnels have a similar pattern. It's usually traffic which is funneled down through some specific platforms depending on their type of info content or info product they are selling, and eventually it's either some type of course, webinar, landing page, you know, some coaching or consulting. Like, the point is, there is some type of funnel, it goes through a sales process, and eventually the product is a high ticket product, and essentially, as you guys can see all the maths and calculations, that is basically the mechanism that yields them the monetary success they are yielding for. And you guys can see that, again, that pattern throughout most other funnels, and it's actually very, very similar. What literally differentiates them is the specific components, but from a holistic perspective, most systems are very, very similar. And so now let's go to the juice of it. So who am I, and who am I basically explaining to this to? I'm actually a nobody, and in fact I've just been like any other online guru. I tried to start an SMA, and now I'm starting YouTube. And as you guys can see, I have started a social media marketing agency, and it has earned monthly around $15,000. And at this point, I've dropped every single client. No joke. Literally, I'm making zero monthly recurring revenue right now, and the reason is basically why I'm creating this YouTube video. And so my point is that 15,000 for an SMMA agency, if you guys compare it to the magnitude of what consulting and other type of agencies offer, this is actually nothing. And in fact, $15,000 a month for an SMMA agency owner, that's very simple. You don't need to have a lot of knowledge. You just need some few technical skills, and you have to be good at pitching, and that's basically it. Like, you can do it very, very quickly and very, very fast, but this is not the point of my YouTube video. In fact, my point of my YouTube video is I want you guys to understand the emerging trends and what you guys should prepare for, especially if it's 2024 and 2025 onwards. This is perhaps an emerging business trend or a business opportunity for you guys to start before you consider, you know, starting an SMA, IPGA, APGA, becoming a growth operator, or any other sorts of business models out there. You guys should always be aware and speculate of what's coming in front holistically, and this video, I hope, is, you know, there to prepare you guys for hopefully that. And so this is going to be quite a long, short content video, and it's because there's a lot of specific details which I would like for you guys to go over. Now, from a psychological perspective, if you guys want to be rich and you guys are unable to literally sit down and watch this video longer than 10 or 15, 20 minutes, then honestly, like, the universe should not award you with success, because that's essentially the mechanics of the universe and how the universe works. Because the universe literally awards people who puts in hard work and effort. We've heard this from many people like Elon Musk, who put a lot of hours into their craft and work, and essentially that's how the universe works. So the reality and your success is projected through the actions or through the frequency and vibrations or whatever you believe in, of what you essentially do in that specific business. Now, I'm gonna basically break down this entire business model in simple terms. Please do not use this as a solid reference. You guys should understand that business foundations are always used as a reference plus a combination of the knowledge and other types of business models that you guys have learned. So I hope that this specific YouTube video, after teaching you guys about my business model, will help you tweak or adjust or improve on some of the current businesses you do, or perhaps an introduction to a new business model if you guys have thought about. So in the stage 1, I'm going to talk about foundation, what a personal brand is, and what it is basically as a business model. I'm going to go through the business model. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the mindset. I don't want to go too deep about it because my other videos actually talks about the mindset a little bit better and a little bit more. I'll go over the offer niche, which is absolutely important. Then I'll talk about the marketing, which is quite long, but it's super important, and if not one of the longest part of this. And then eventually the sales and the product itself, and a lot of these stuff. I know it's a lot of words, but you guys will go through over it very quickly, and I'm sure that after this YouTube video, you guys will have at least learned so much new, and hopefully I've helped you and tremendously changed your business, or if not your personal life, in some form or way. So what is personal branding and what is it as a business model? So now, where does personal branding come from? Now I have created this presentation very nicely for you guys. I don't want to go too deep or too long on it, but personal branding, in fact, fuck it guys, I'm not going to even show this presentation, because personal branding is quite self-evident. Like, personal branding is literally the brand of who you are. And why do a lot of people's or business owners shift towards a personal brand, as you guys have seen the YouTube video earlier with Andrew Tate, is because one thing, and which is very important, is if your business fails, like whatever business you started, if it fails and you have a personal brand, at least you have a personal brand. And so essentially you are earning from your personal brand, and that personal brand is the identity you carry. And unless you perish or die or something happens to you, the personal brand is something that never ever go away. So even if your business again fails, or something doesn't work out, or you want to try something different, like, start a personal brand, because personal brand, you can do a million business models, but not the other way around. You cannot do a million business models and you cannot have one business model and have 10 million personal brands. It doesn't work like that. Is personal brand for me? Now, this is a question, and I don't want to sound too philosophical or become like Friedrich Nietzsche himself, but if you guys believe in the higher man theory, and if you believe that entrepreneurship and e-commerce and making money online is for you, then yes, personal brand is for you. If you guys want to be employed the rest of your lives, work 9 to 5, and work in some corporation, all of that is fine. It's not bad, but then personal brand is something that you maybe should not look at, and for good reasons, because then you maybe should sharpen your skills that are related to your industry or related to your corporation. Now, manage someone else's personal brand. Now, this is probably a little bit new, so this is something, if you are interested in having a personal brand, but you are not, perhaps you don't have the personality or character to have your own personal brand, you would like to manage it for someone else. Now, you guys have probably seen this from, let's say, growth operators like Tim Yoon or Eddie Cumberbatch. Let me look at his funnel, which he basically explains about this, and School, and the entire Alex Hormozi School principle theory is very blowing up recently, and it essentially is that question just now. It's managing someone else's personal brand, and how do you do that? And in fact, once I break down the business model, you guys will see that actually growth operator, SMMA, IPGA, PBA, and all the business models that are basically on hand are very similar, but they differentiate in terms of angles and in terms of the specific product that they sell. Now let me go through the business model and what is SMMA, PBA, and IPGA. Also, I want to elaborate, guys, that in this specific video, I'm not going to break down every single detail specifically, because one, I don't want to bore you guys, and number two, like, you guys probably won't understand it, and number three, like, if you guys are really invested, I would like to provide the value free first, and then I will launch a community where I go through every single component specifically. So anyways, what is SMMA and PBA versus IPGA? This is basically This is basically the description. You guys have to understand that SMMA is basically social media marketing agency. Now that is a very general and very broad used term, and rightfully so, because it kind of highlights all types of servers, all types of digital solutions that you can literally think of. So now where's PBA or where's IPGA? Now IPGA literally falls under it. Like literally imagine SMMA as an umbrella. Maybe I should turn this into more of a triangle. SMMA is at the top, IPGA is at the bottom, and from IPGA there's growth operator, there's excuse me guys for my poor writing because I'm using my mouse, it's not very effective, but under IPGA there's growth operator, there's influencer marketing, there's service based agencies, there's event management. Like IPGA is also another funnel from SMMA, and obviously growth operator or event agency can be separate to IPGA. The point is SMMA is always at the top. It's usually number one. It's usually right at the top. IPGA falls under it. And also something which I'm teaching you guys in this specific video is personal branding agencies, PBBA. And just shortly I will explain what is the difference between PBA and IPGA, but it's essentially the same thing. Again, they only differentiate most likely on the angle and perhaps the product, but at its essence, at its core, it's most likely all the same. So the MSP framework, now this is super important. We're already going practical within the PBA space, within the business model. And now MSP framework, now let me show it to you guys. Now I'm going to the presentation. MSP is nothing more than marketing, sales, and product, and that's essentially all you have to know. And even this type of information or this type of system, this type of framework is what they use for growth operators as well, hence why it's very similar. But MSP is literally marketing, sales, and product. Now marketing falls everything under, like creating content, generating traffic, and literally just watch how Andrew Tate does it because he's very good when it comes to marketing. Sales can be anything from video sales letters, bio, broadcast channel, links, landing pages, websites, can be a lot of stuff. Products is essentially info product, digital product, and even physical product. Now, let me see how I can transition this. So MSP marketing. Marketing is basically traffic's eyeballs, filtering traffic. Now that is literally all. Like I don't want to again elaborate more on this, but that is literally it. Now marketing, as you guys can see, it can come in various forms. So it can come through events, it can come through, like talks or short form content, TikTok, Instagram, podcast, YouTube. There's literally a billion ideas out there, and I'm not going to go through each one, every single one, but there's this transition. I want you guys to understand that there's a big transition within the industries that long content is translated or basically distributed into short content, and that's what I'm literally doing for my YouTube video, because I want you guys to understand one thing, and this is super effective if you guys have a YouTube channel as well. Excuse me guys, just wait 1 second. Yeah, don't click off. I know your attention span is probably product launch formula. If you guys watch this, Iman Ghazi is a person that literally implements this. Watch this video, the product launch formula explained, because it is perhaps a separate video which needs a lot of explaining. But essentially how it works is, if you guys look at Iman Ghazi's YouTube channel, he's an absolute genius at doing this. You guys can see that there is always one long short form content, which is this. For example, this one, best online business to start as a beginner 2024. And if you guys watch this, then you'll realize that every single other video, like 4 things you should know before you're making millions, changing your life in 6 months, or like a day in life of a young millionaire in Cape Town, or there was this one video where with his mom, or here Hasbullah driving a GT3. Like if you watch all of these videos, at the bottom of the videos will link to the long form content, which is this, change your life in 6 months by blah blah blah, and then he'll basically go through the entire business model, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So this video is the long short content, and I will explain my business model, and perhaps all the other type of YouTube videos that I will eventually publish will talk about my lifestyle, will show a little bit about the results or testimonial, social proof, and perhaps a vlog. Like then it will vary a little bit. So the point is, I want you guys to understand that the long short content, now let me roll up the PowerPoint, is the long short content is actually the product itself, so the value you would like to provide. The short content, the purpose of the short form content is literally to redirect you towards the long content. Now this is specifically for YouTube. I know TikTok and Instagram Reels is perhaps a different story, but this is the YouTube strategy what a lot of people use. So anyways, that's a little bit off topic. As you guys can see, Andrew Tate has that podcast which he had with that lady from BBC, and then eventually that got translated by his army of hustlers from the university that eventually made it into short form content. And at the bottom or at the link of the short form content there was a redirect towards Hustlers University. But essentially that is a marketing strategy in itself. Again, there are hundreds different types of marketing strategy out there. I am just displaying one, and one that is super efficient and effective, and one that you guys can literally start right now. Now, MSP sales. Sales is basically landing pages, selling them something, providing value, converting numbers into money. Now that is essentially sales, and most of you guys have probably done this indirectly, but have you guys ever used Linktree before, or Beacons AI or Stan Store? Like those are already an example of sales, essentially the landing pages. Now more advanced are like all the websites, or using ManyChat automation. If you guys don't know what ManyChat automation is, it's basically all these bots that automatically reply to comments on your videos, of other people commenting on your video, and they are the ones replying to the comment, and they start some automation. They'll actually DM that specific user, and then you can, or the purpose of using ManyChat will redirect them. Okay, I'm not going to log in. Will redirect them to the landing page. Now that's a little bit advanced. Now bonus tip: create a funnel. Now the funnel that I showed you guys earlier regarding there we go, with all the other types of people, you should do the same. I've done it for myself as well, which I'm not going to show you guys because takes a bit too long to open all of this up right now, and plus I'm not that interesting like the other people who actually made it quite well, or have proven that their funnel is quite successful. The point is, make a funnel, and if you guys start making your funnel, yes, you can use them as reference, because that's exactly what I did as well. But what you do is you have to create a funnel for yourself. Now I use Miro as well, Miro, or however you want to call it. But the point is, now where's the other presentation? You need to make a funnel so that you understand where the traffic is going, and so that you just have a holistic overview of your business, and basically where and how all of the traffic is basically generated into money. So this is, oh wait, I did expose my funnel. Yeah, so this is my funnel, as you guys can see. The oopsies, 1 second. Okay, I can't go to the right. But as you guys can see, that short content, long content strategy, as you guys can see, has been on YouTube. On Reels, it's not really the same. It's a different type of strategy, and TikTok Shorts as well. And there's UGC, which is user-generated content, and there's high-quality content, or HC, and that is perhaps all the other videos that you guys see on my YouTube. Now that is basically my funnel. Now MSP, lastly, product. Product is basically a physical product or an info product for IPGA owners or growth operators, effectively, respectfully. It's actually an info product. An info product is basically a digital product you sell online with the purpose of educating or providing some type of value towards the audience in exchange for some monetary value, which is perhaps a monthly membership or one-time payment, or what you guys see on School, or what Alex Hormozi does with his with School itself, is all these paid communities. Now MSP product is towards your audience. The product is obviously towards your audience. Bonus is providing free value, which I'll explain in just a moment now. So the easy products you guys can see, and you can start right away and earn literally some money out of it, is online reviews. There's affiliate programs. There's physical products as well. You guys can start. And then obviously more of the advanced stuff, what obviously growth operators and IPGA owners teach as well, is docs, templates, and PDFs, online courses, online webinars, one-to-one coaching, paid communities, and maybe podcasts, or other types of online products you guys want to start. Teach me and I forgot, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. So Benjamin Franklin, shout out to the president. He's basically okay, I don't want to elaborate on this too much, but tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. So basically, you gotta do your shit, practically do your shit in order for you to learn and get better at your craft. Now let me roll back. So that has, I basically skimmed through very, very quickly through the presentation. Now where's the other one? God damn it. Where did it go? Did I close the tab? Okay, there we go. So yes, your MSP framework, went through it. Now your unique engine is basically your system that you apply and implement for yourself. And in order for you to understand your unique engine is firstly understanding the MSP framework and creating your funnel, what I mentioned earlier, and eventually fine-tuning it to your own vision and to your personal mission. The tunnel vision mindset. Now, okay, you guys, you know what? I'm not even going to go through this. If you guys want to know more about business mindset, I hope that you guys do have a powerful business mindset at this point. If not, check out the other videos. But yeah, tunnel vision mindset, I'm not going to go through it now. Offer plus niche. Discovering niche, pattern recognizing, creating a team. Ooh, okay, now this is perhaps a very, very topic. Now, discovering niches, pattern recognize, create a term. Now this is okay, this is very difficult now, because if you guys want to start a personal branding agency, it's like, where do I start and what type of niche, like where do I even look at? And now you guys can obviously, I mean not obviously, you guys can, as a start, find niches from actually ChatGPT. Now I've been doing that for today morning, in fact, to find a particular, I would say, niche for a client of mine. But how you can do it is like this. Let me just show it to you guys. Find all the niches and sub-niches of, let's just say, sports and medicine. Sports and medicine. Create a table and number it. Okay, now niche sports medicine, sub niche. Now that again, that's just one way for you guys can do it, but literally the same metric depending on what niche you guys are at. And my tip, if you guys are just beginning, is to look at the niche that you are currently positioned in. Now if you guys don't do anything, if your life is probably boring as fuck, and I assume that it probably is, then find a niche that you are very interested in. I don't know if it's sports or education, politics or food, F&B, retail, consumer products, shares, computers, Bitcoin, e-commerce. There's like a trillion, infinite amount of niches out there. And now what I meant by pattern recognize is, don't fixate yourself on one particular niche. I know that you guys have, as you see it, a niche and a sub niche, but guys can always combine it. Like for example, you have sports medicine, and then you guys focus on sports nutrition, and you combine it. For example, sports nutrition plus sustainable and vegan-free components. So essentially, you just combine two sub niches, but they have to make sense. Don't make it absolutely, different. Take two sub niches and just combine it. So essentially, the target demographic would be, you are servicing or you are serving companies that have sport nutrition, but who would like to make their ingredients more sustainable and eco-friendly. For example, and that's one type of pattern recognition or pattern combination that you guys can basically do. Or create a term. Now create a term. You guys should understand that Iman Ghazi is probably quite famous for his agency Navigator, and so essentially he's basically teaching people how to start a social media marketing agency. And social media marketing agency is already quite an abused term, like quite a not misused, but a term that is oversaturated, and a lot of people use it. If you guys are, for example, within the SMMA space, then create a new term by, for example, servicing SMMA business owners without using meta ads, like SMMA agency owners with TikTok only. Or if you guys are in the dropshipping or e-commerce niche, how to do dropshipping without running Facebook ads at all. So you basically essentially combine the term as well, but you create a new term like drop shipping for TikTokers. Like that's literally a new term. Okay. So I hope that the niche has been covered. Offer creation, now I'm not going to go through the offer or the components of your offer because it's very practical, and there come elements like rules, price, and like what you mentioned in the email. Now a lot of that I teach obviously in my community, which I provide for free and which I break it down basically step by step. And yeah, so that is basically the overview. Now as I went through the presentation just now, we had marketing and then the client's angle, the agency's angle, outbound and scraping, how to find context, create your database, scrape using Apollo, can differentiate on the on the platform you want to use. Short form content, long form content, social media, calendar, automations, and bot, ManyChat, 10x growth hack, email marketing strategy, domain, inbox, Zapier. Excuse me, I have a lot of gas, I don't know, perhaps I'm German. Paid ads, if you have a budget, Facebook ads, TikTok ads guide, Google plus SEO, Eventbrite, which is perhaps a bonus. That comes to events, if you don't know what that is, and basically how to launch events. And then sales, landing pages, Beacons, AI, Linktree, sales funnels, VSLs, and also Canva. Products, info products, free products, how to start your info products, the fastest and easiest products for you to start, which includes, again, as I mentioned before, reviews, events, subscriptions, TikTok Shop, ebook, and then more of the advanced stuff, which is podcasts, paid communities like school, online webinars, teachable courses, and even TikTok series. So essentially, that is the document that explained that presentation earlier about MSP, but that is basically it. That's the whole framework. And believe it or not, this entire document and every single specific breakdown I'm providing for free. I'm literally providing this for free. And if you guys are probably asking like, Julian, why are you giving this information out for free? And one is because I believe in the principle that if I provide my value for free, and if I believe that that value that I'm providing is literally beneficial and helpful, then I feel that I am righteous and I deserve, to offer some type of high ticket or low ticket product. Like literally, imagine I do this all paid, and then it doesn't really work out and it's not relevant to my client, and then like the information I'm providing maybe is not enough. Then like, why do it? So provide free value. And like the thing is, guys, I've literally just spent $15,000 for a course recently, which is a lot of money. And so a lot of my information and resources and reference is coming from all of these online courses. And so basically what I've done is I've compiled and manifested the formula which I believe is relevant for that specific space, and basically what I'm explaining this in this video. So if you guys want to learn more or believe that there's a strategy for you to essentially make money online, this is the most simple and easiest strategy for you. Bye.